All right, what's up everyone? Welcome to Mindset Mondays video. And today is less about mindset and more about the mistakes that people are making that are stopping them from achieving the results that they want. All right, now speaking of mistakes, you're probably wondering why I have a black eye, all right? I decided to have a midlife crisis and get an eyebrow ring, and I got it yesterday or 2 days ago, and it's left me with a black eye. So I am currently living a thug life. But let's get stuck into today's video. So I talk to people every single day about why they are in the shape they're in, what they're currently looking to achieve, and trying to gauge why they haven't been able to achieve what they want. And these are the biggest mistakes that I see across the board, whether it's men, women, regardless of age, what they've been doing in the past. These are the three biggest mistakes that I see everywhere, okay? We're gonna dive into each of them right now. First one is more a mentality as it is an approach, okay? Trying to eat an elephant in one bite, trying to go across the gap in a single leap, all right? I explained that in a couple of videos ago when we were talking about set points. It is a surefire way to make sure that what you are doing is not sustainable, all right? And if anybody should know, it is me, okay? I am known for going headfirst into something often without thinking, all right? I'm definitely getting better as the older I get and the more hair I lose, but as a strategy, you're setting yourself up for failure, all right? Whether it's immediate or whether it's down the road, okay? Because at the end of the day, in your mind, if you're sitting there going, well, I need to be able to train, I need to be able to eat perfectly, I need to be able to do this, and then I'll start. Or I start doing all of those things and something goes wrong, like I didn't see a number on the scale change, or I had to go out to dinner and I ended up having a big night or a lunch that turned into a dinner that turned into a hangover the next day, and I've blown it all, so it's over, it's done, it's ruined, okay? And that whole mentality is, again, it's not sustainable, right? It's not flexible. It doesn't allow you to adapt because it's either all or it's nothing. There's no in between. Right? And I am a big believer in just going all in, right? Like if you're going to do something, do it properly, because at some point you're either going to get a result, whether it's a good result or a bad result, it's at least a result that we can do something with or make a different choice around. But when it comes to getting results, when it comes to making change and transforming your body or creating different lifestyle habits and routines and plans and programs and everything else, if it's not flexible, if it doesn't allow you to adapt and fit into life and stuff that's going to come up, whether it's your kids, yourself, your hormones, your energy, you get sick, your work, your schedule, like all of those different things, they're factors that you're going to have to deal with day in and day out. So your strategy around getting results needs to be able to fit in with that if it's ever going to be sustainable and then successful, okay? Next one here is huge. And when I say huge, like I would go as far as saying that it is almost a pandemic, all right? I know we've heard that word too many times lately, but with how many women undereat, like chronically undereat, all right? And it always blows a lot of the women's minds when they come into my program and they see how much I want them to eat from the beginning. Okay, and yes, we're all guilty of sometimes having a binge. I'm not talking about that, I'm talking across the board, how little females tend to eat. Because I got busy, work got busy, I have put on weight, so I'm gonna eat less. All right, because again, in their mind, less is more, right? If I don't eat as much, I'll drop weight. And they do for a short little while until they realize they've just killed their metabolism. And they're wondering why, when they're eating less now, they're not losing any more weight. Or when they start eating more, why have they put weight on so quickly, especially fat, okay? What you gotta understand that less is not better, okay? Making sure that, again, what you've got in place is structured around targets that are designed to get you the result that you want. Targets that are also matched up with what you're doing with your training in order to achieve the results that you want, right? What you want to think when it comes to this is not that the volume of food that I'm eating should be less, right? And that's better. It's often what you are eating, okay? And it's not necessarily less. In most cases, it's actually more, all right? Like protein, for example. Most females chronically undereat when it comes to protein. So much so that most of them average around 20 to 30 grams of protein a day, okay? Across the board. You need a minimum, all right, of 2 grams for every kilogram of body weight, all right? And that's just a good gauge, okay? I even find for some people, depending on how much lean muscle mass they have versus fat mass, they might need a little bit more than that, or they might need a little bit less, all right? Again, it's specific to you, but it shows you that eating less is a problem, right? It's not a solution, okay? Being able to still enjoy the foods that you love, being able to maybe limit the amount of times you feel like you're binging because you've been restricting yourself for so long, right? That is something that is going to be sustainable. That is something that is going to lead to the results that you want, you know, both now and in the future. And the biggest thing that I see with this, right, is that the restriction causes the failure. The restricting of all the things that you either enjoy or even just a variety of things that you want to eat on a day-to-day basis is so limited that how are you ever going to sustain that, right? Unless you decide to get rid of your taste buds for life because I eat for fuel, I don't eat for enjoyment, right? Like, I get that. That's a great slogan to put on a t-shirt, but how many people actually live that way and enjoy it? It's a very small percentage, right? That's why bodybuilders are less than 1% of the population, right? Because again, it's extreme, it's not sustainable. All right, which leads us to the last one here. Okay, and this one's big because these are all connected. And I see this in very high volumes, all right, with people that do challenges. Now, I was actually the first person in the entire country to ever get a challenge on a daily deal site. Okay, so I've been in that game. I created the 28-day challenge. I've taught trainers around the world how to run 28-day, 6-week, and 8-week challenges. Like, I get the whole short-term commitment, going all in, right? Because I know that if you can do that short-term, you will get results. But are those results sustainable, right? And the answer is no. Okay, and the problem is that you're playing the short game, all right? You're playing a weight loss game. You're not playing the build my fat burning engine game. And the problem with that, it's like pushing the car with no engine. All right? I can push the car with no engine for a certain amount of time. Eventually I'm going to get tired, I'm going to stop, and guess what? So is the car. Right? E.g. your results. Whereas I put the time in now to building the engine. I might not lose as many kilos right now. I might have to eat more. I might have to adapt a little bit more. I might have to start lifting weights and heavier weights on a consistent basis to build that engine. But guess what? When that engine is running, you have an engine, right? If you stop, the engine is still there. You can push the button and go whenever you want versus the car that you've got to push that doesn't have an engine, that's only going to go as far as you will go. Like cardio, right? I'm only going to burn calories for as long as I do my cardio. Compare that to when I build lean muscle mass. I'm going to burn more calories all the time, even when I'm lying in bed doing nothing. All right, so you've got to look at your strategy. You've got to look at what your goal is and realize that, hey, if I'm playing in the 28-day challenge, how much lean muscle mass am I going to add in 28 days? Maybe 3, maybe 4 kilos of lean mass. Maybe you'll drop the same in fat mass. Maybe your body fat percentage will come down by 4 or 5%. Cool. Then what? Right? Like, how much time have we put into the engine? Maybe you've got a little lawnmower engine right now, right? But we don't have the big V8, right? The big 6.5 Hemi engine V8, which is what I would much rather put the time in building because it's more efficient. It allows you to enjoy life more. It makes things easier down the road rather than harder. It's that whole delayed gratification, right? Maybe I have to sacrifice the instant quick fix right now, the drop down to 1,000, 1,200 calories right now so that I lose weight on the scale and feel good about myself short term, but I mess my metabolism up and I don't get any benefit long term. All right? So again, you got to decide, do you want to have this problem 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the line, or do you want to build an engine where this is not a problem again for the rest of your life? Where you get to the point where I am most days now, where sometimes I literally have to eat a bowl of cereal so I can get enough calories in quick enough, right? Or fruit or more carbs now to be able to continue to lose more body fat, to be able to keep the amount of muscle that I've been able to build over the long term. Okay? And it's a lot better to be able to do that guilt-free than to do it and think, oh my God, what's going to happen tomorrow? It's all going to turn to fat. I've ruined it all. I'm out of it. It's all or nothing. I can't do it anymore. I need to eat less to get results, and I'm going to smash it for the next 3 weeks before Christmas. All right? How many times have you had that conversation? How many times have you had that thought? All right? And that's what I'm going to leave you with tonight. Have a look at where you might be making these mistakes. Have a look at your current approach. Compare that to the goal that you want. Not the short-term goal, the long-term goal. Right? Short-term goal is easy. Anybody can lose weight short-term. Can you keep it off? Can you build lean muscle mass? Can you tone and shape your body at the level that you want short-term? The answer is no. All right? So if those are the goals that you want, reassess where you are. If you want help with it and you want to understand all of the building blocks, you want to put the structure and plan in place, then message me. All right? It's what I do every single day. All right? And if you look through my page for any amount of time, you'll see a lot of the success stories. You'll see when we do our check-ins and what the body composition change is and what we focus on, so that it's based on data and science, not based on an emotional reaction because I feel crappy and I'm going to go all in for 3 weeks. All right, that might sound harsh, but I literally see people set themselves up for failure every single day, right? And I don't want you to make the same mistake. So again, if I can help, message me. Let's get things sorted. So again, this is something that you never have to worry about for the rest of your life. You're going to sort it for good. And it's the space I love to be in because I'm not giving people band-aids. All right, we're solving this issue. We're giving them the tools to be able to be empowered to continue to stay in shape forever, regardless of what happens with their life, their lifestyle, stress, emotion, kids, everything else. They know how to take care of themselves and they know how to continue to improve and get in shape. And that's what I want for every single person that I have the opportunity to work with and help. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. And again, comment below if there's anything that I can help with. Hit me up and I will see you next week.